I went to this party for the Super Bowl, and I ran into people I know, and it was great, but I didn't have a lot to share because I don't know. Rihanna is performing. And I don't hate Rihanna I don't hate Rihanna or anything, but like I can't even tell you more than two or three of her songs because I'm not a fan. I'm not a super fan or something. Like I've never been like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go over to my phone and I'm gonna select some Rihanna and put it on in the background. If Rihanna's on at a strip club or if it comes on in someone's car while we're making out, I will definitely be there for Rihanna. You know what I love about Rihanna is that she smokes pot in public. I don't know if she's going to be doing that now that she's pregnant or not. I don't know her deal. I don't know her personality. I actually was in the presence of Rihanna once because The View, the ABC show, The View, was doing a thing at Caesar's Palace in the front many years ago. And so I was a celebrity journalist, and they were like, hey, do you want to come interview the women of The View? And I was like, yeah. So I go to Caesar's Palace very early in the morning, which is very hard to me at the time because, I was going to clubs and strip clubs and stuff. So I was up late, and then I had to wake up very early, and I drive over to Caesar's Palace, and then I walk over to where they're doing The View, and it was very crazy because there's a lot of production back in the, assistants and producers and directors and all this audio people. And then on top of that, people that were going to go on the show. One of those people was Rihanna. Now, Rihanna wasn't very popular yet. She just only had like one or two songs, I think, at that point, if I remember right. So what I'm getting at is I'm backstage and I'm waiting to interview the women of The View, which that was a whole other thing. Anyway, so I'm standing there, and then they go, here's this person who's going to be performing on The View today, and it's Rihanna. And she's literally like, I'm going to say, she's like this far away. She was so close to me. And I thought, oh, that's that woman that sings that Umbrella song. Because that was just about the only thing she was famous for at the time. I think she might have had one other song. I'm not sure. She might have still been with Chris Brown at that point. I don't even know. Chris Brown. So anyway, I was just standing there. Here's the entirety of my Rihanna story. She's standing here, and I'm standing here, and they forced us to stand sort of face to face, and because we were both backstage waiting to do stuff. She was waiting to go perform, or maybe talk, I'm not sure. Anyway, so she was just like, in perform. If you've ever been backstage, when people are about to go on, you will understand what I'm saying. She was ready to go on. She was probably doing stuff in her head to get prepared. And then they forced me to stand nose to nose with her almost. And I'm like, trying not to look at her, I'm trying not to look at the umbrella lady. Because, she's about to go on TV. I forget if it was live or not, but, she's about to go on national television. So you don't really want to mess that up for somebody. I used to be a violinist once upon a time, so I certainly didn't want to mess up a performer as someone who had been a stage performer for a long time. Anywho, so that's and then, they go, oh, and here's Rihanna, and then she walked off, and then they say, hey, we need you to go. And she goes to do her thing. So that was my Rihanna experience. Anyway, so this weekend I'm at the Super Bowl party, and it was fantastic. It was put on by this friend of mine named Jeff Molitz, and the guy puts on this best Super Bowl party every year, and this year, he did invite me. Normally, he invites me. But I guess post-quarantine, my invitation got lost in the messenger. So anyway, I was like, oh, I want to go to that party. So I messaged him and I said, hey, Jeff, are you having... I go, hey, Jeff, far be it from me to invite myself to your Super Bowl party, but do you have a Super Bowl party this year? And he was like, yes, I do. And then I was like, hey, would it be okay if I came by? And he was like, yeah, obviously, just come on over or whatever. And I was like... I'm paraphrasing. And I go, okay, great. And so the Super Bowl party came, and I go get in my car. Oh, I go to my car, and I've got a flat tire. So I had a flat tire, and I'm like, how often do you go to your garage, and you open the garage door, and you look down, and you see a flat tire? Fortunately, it was on the driver's side, and I say fortunately on the driver's side because... if the tire had been on the passenger side, I may not have seen it. I might have just started driving away and then been like, what's going on with my car? So I see the flat tire, and then I'm like, and I call AAA, And they come out and they go, we don't know. AAA sent some company, and the guy comes and he's got his mask on and the whole thing. He's doing the protocols. And then he goes, do you have the bar to get the tire from under your SUV? And I'll go, I don't know what you're talking about. And he goes, well, it would normally be here. So I open up the trunk, and then there's no bar. And I'm like, all right, well, there's no bar here. So what am I supposed to do? And he goes, well, I can't get that tire out. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, if you can't provide me with the tool that comes with the car to get the spare out, I can't get the spare out. And this confused me to no end, because isn't AAA like the Santa Claus of car things? Doesn't AAA just show up and have every tool available known to man? And I was like, a little miffed, I have to say. And but here's the thing. Hold on, I'm not about to go on a rant, because what happened next is he says, well, okay, I can see that the reason why your tire is flat is because you have a screw or a nail or something. I think it was a screw, I'm not sure. And he points it out, and I go, oh, that's good to know. And he goes, all you need to do is get this fixed. So if you can get your car to someplace, then they can fix it. And I could, because I have this air compression thing. And I was like, oh, yeah. So the tire had already compressed up with air. And he goes, and he goes, you just need to take it this one place down the street, and then they'll be able to repair your tire. And man, that guy was right. So I get the tire pumped up. It's got the screw in it, but I got the tire pumped up, and all I have to do is get it 10 miles away. So I'm driving it to this tire repair place, and sure enough, when I get it there and I pull it up, and this place is amazing, and it is in North Vegas, which has a reputation in town for whatever, but I don't have a problem with North Vegas. I love North Vegas. So I get over to North Vegas, I pull up, there are two guys outside just waiting for me. Like, they weren't waiting for me specifically. They're just waiting for anybody to drive up and get their tires filled with air, or to fix a hole in their tire or anything. It was amazing. It's like that place was the Santa of tires. So I pull up, and then I go, hey, this tire has a thing in it. And the guy walks up, and he sees it, and he goes, no problem. And he jacks up the thing, he takes the tire off, pulls the thing out, fixes the tire, sticks it back on. $18, $15 if I had paid in cash. But I didn't have cash because, it's the 21st century. So I paid my thing, and then I go to the Super Bowl party. Now, here's the amazing thing about the Super Bowl party is the Super Bowl party that Jeff throws has all these people. It had this rocker guy that you would know, and it had some other people that you would know if you lived in Las Vegas. And anyway, and then in his kitchen, I don't know about this year, but in the past, he flies people in who bring this deep fryer, or he has it, and then they have like Oreos, and then they have like ding dongs, and they have all this these delicious sugary snacks in packages that will last for eternity. Like a ding dong will last in a landfill for like 120 years or something. This is just off the top of my head. I don't remember. You'll have to Google this, but anyway, so in the kitchen there, they have a deep fryer, and then a bunch of us whack jobs, sort of standing around, and then they dip like an Oreo in a pancake batter, and then they put it into this deep fryer, and then it fries for a couple seconds, and then then they bring it out, and they put like chocolate syrup and like powdered sugar on top of this Oreo, and then it's a deep fried Oreo covered in like chocolate goo and powdered sugar, and then you stick it in your mouth, and then you die from the deliciousness of it. And then I had 2 of these things, and they were so good. And then within like 10 minutes, my stomach hurt, because my stomach, I don't know why, but my stomach just is. I used to say that since I'm from New Orleans, I have a cast iron stomach that you can put anything in, because I grew up just eating all this spicy food in New Orleans. And so I ate these 2 delicious deep fried snacks, and guess what? My stomach's not a cast iron stomach anymore. And it was like, ouch, 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 which was not in sync with Rihanna on the TV. And so the Super Bowl party had the game on, which I didn't care about. And so I ran into some people that I know, and I was talking to them, and they were great. And everybody was great. Everybody but me. I was so boring. I was like, when I left, I thought, man, I really am a dullard. So, I guess I have had a couple of New Year's resolutions this year to be sane and be mentally healthy and physically healthy and blah blah blah. Like I want to be a healthy person, and I am a healthy person, you know. So it's basically to maintain my health. And mentally and emotionally and physically and spiritually and sexually and socially and blah 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 blah. But the thing is that I didn't have anything to talk about. You know, like what have you been doing, Doug? Well, I talked to a camera. I have a plant. I'm dating a lot. I'm going to bars. But I'm not watching the TV shows you're watching. I'm not listening to the music you're watching or listening to. I'm not going to the movies that you go to. And that's it. All right. So this is the end of my tale today. I love you very much. I hope you have a great day. I'm probably not going to upload this because I should upload this. I want to start uploading a video diary. Anyway. All right. Here's my coffee. Cheers to you. I hope you are having a fantastic day.